everyone, it's Leanne DeSanto and I'm here with Miss Shiloh, taking a little break today. And today's lesson from Shiloh is about temptation. Okay, so today she wasn't being a very good listener and she succumbed to temptation to run up and visit with the other dogs in the park. Typically if I say sit or stay, she will, but she just couldn't do that today, and this idea of kind of temptation took her over. And I totally get that, right? Temptation's all around us, and even if we have the best kind of intentions and goals in mind, sometimes we are just tempted to stray, right? We're tempted to kind of maybe ignore some signs or kind of sneak away or do something that we know isn't really in alignment with what we really want. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit today. And my thought about that is really it's twofold, right? Temptation. I mean, there's really big temptations, right, that can get us in a lot of trouble, but then there's these just everyday little temptations too. And I think it's twofold in that it's kind of a request for help before the temptation comes upon us, right? For instance, prayer or meditation or setting an intention or visualizing and thinking about your day, and say you have a goal of maybe changing an eating habit or an eating pattern, and staying ahead of the environment in terms of what temptations may come up. For instance, one little thing I have clients do is be the first one to order in a restaurant. That way you're not swayed by temptation of what everyone else is ordering. You're staying on your goal and your conviction of heart, and I find that that's such a little thing, but it's really powerful, and that it's just a really easy thing, because it is sometimes really easy to be swayed. Whatever that goal is, say if it's a relationship goal. For me, I've made this commitment to not have my phone at the table or around when I'm having a conversation with my daughter, because again, the temptation to pick up that phone with every little bling or ding or that happens, it's strong, right? So why even have it there, right? So I just decided that, okay, this time is sacred time for me to foster this relationship, to grow this, to support this. So I find, especially in those kind of relationships, try to kind of avoid any of that temptation to be distracted. Because I think the most important thing and most powerful thing you can do in any relationship is to be present, and how often are we really present these days? Also too, in temptation, it's kind of an avoidance of the temptation, right? Instead of trying to hit it head on, and sometimes it's just to be aware of what that might be for you and to avoid it. If it is, say, a food goal or a change in eating habit, then maybe going to happy hour isn't exactly going to be that supportive for you. Again, with any distractions, if it's to foster a deeper relationship with a spouse or your child, coming in the door and running to check emails or getting on the phone may not be the best thing. So try to avoid doing that. In your career, same thing. It's the temptation to, maybe zone out or not, be lost on Facebook for hours, and not make the calls you need to make and set the meetings you need to set, and whatever that is for you. So I think it's twofold. There's somewhat of a retract from it and a avoidance of what might be a temptation to pull you off your game, and also asking for help ahead of time, thinking and visualizing what that might be. How am I going to handle if a temptation comes up? A temptation to hit that snooze button a little too many times instead of putting on the running shoes and going out to exercise, right? A temptation to get off your health goals, or to zone out and not pay attention to the people you love in your life, or whatever that is. Again, the everyday little things really add up. So that's my message today. Just think about what that is for you. What are you tempted by? And is it a temptation that's going to draw you closer to your goals and your convictions of heart, or is it a temptation that's going to pull you away or distract you from what you really want in your life? So just something to think about today. This idea of temptation, and also being kind to yourself. When you find you get off track a little bit, that's okay too. You're human, right? That's okay. Resistance will come up sometimes. Distraction, temptation, right? It's going to come up. So recognize it, be sensitive to it, and then, work to be victorious over it. So that's my message. I'm Leanne DeSanto. I hope you enjoyed it today. And Shiloh and I had just an amazing, great day at the park. And I hope you have an awesome day too. Bye for now.